Hello, one Paul here. If you saw my last video, I talked about a formula for making around $100 a day using options trading with the stock market. Today I'm going to go over how to make $200 a day with the stock market. Now, as your goals increase and you want to make $200 a day, it becomes a little bit harder the higher your income goal is. It's very easy to kind of, if you saw my last video, it's very easy to kind of make $100 a day. You just have to at least find a difference in price the difference in price has to be about $2 in difference in price if you're dealing with like the S&P 500. So what you need to do for a goal of $200 a day is you need to get good at averaging about $1 to $2 a day difference in price, because if you break it down, if there's a difference in price by 3 or above, it's very unlikely that that's going to be happening every single day. It's more likely, with the market, that you're more likely to find a pattern of at least $1 to $2 difference in price every single day. So that's your goal, your first goal that you need to figure out. You need to get good at getting a $1 to $2 difference in price with the stock market. Once you know how to do that, you can get these income goals going. You first set your goal for at least 100, like we talked about in the last video. But if you want to do 200, you have to keep in the mindset of getting good at just the 1 to 2 difference in price. So today, let's look at what you really have to do to generate $200 a day with options trading. Okay, so what we want to look for is the formula to making $200 a day with the stock market. Now, this is a goal that your only goal is to focus on getting $1 to $2 difference in price every single day. That's what you have to get good at in the beginning. So I would start with $100 a day with that, but get good at generating $1 to $2 difference in price. So I have a rule here, and this is just what I follow, and it's only use 10% of your balance. So for me, my personal now, this is like if you have 3K to 6K, I only stick with one contract because that's around 10% of your balance. 6,000 to 900. No, not 900. 9K. I would stick to 2 contracts, and then I would move up from there. So I would not even move forward the strategy until you have somewhere along the lines of 6K to 9K in your balance, because that would be about 10%. But, only put in what you can afford to lose. I'm not responsible for any profit or loss. So anyway, let's go for the what you have to do in order to generate $200 a day in the stock market doing SPY or any like the ETFs that are close to it. So if you did this with just one contract, to make $200 a day, you would have to settle for a price difference of $4. Now we're gonna look at the charts and see how often daily you can do this. But what you will find, if it's becoming more or less likely that you'll get a $4 difference in price every single day. What you will find is $1 to $2 difference in price every day that you could kind of find through the day. So it's very hard to find like a 3 to 4, anything like that. Doing it with just one contract and finding a $4 difference in price is very hard. But when you get to 2 contracts, it becomes a lot easier, because all you need to do is to, like I said, if you focus on the $1 to $2 difference in price, if you get to $2 difference in price and 2 contracts, you'll make around $200 a day. So that's the main formula to making $200 a day. You have to have a $2 difference in price and buy 2 contracts, SPY on general ETF or something like that. It becomes a lot harder if you just focus on that one contract, because you have to set a goal and you have to have a $4 difference in price. So we're going to see which is easier to attain. To get a $1 to $2 difference in price daily, or is there, how many chances are there for there being a $4 difference in price? So that's what you need to focus on. So let's look at some charts. Now let's look at the 5 minute. So if you do the 5 minute, this is entry day. So basically, if you do it on the 5 minute, you basically get in and out. So what we want to look for, and I talk about the strategy in other videos, this is the formula that I use. I use the moving averages of 9 and 21 and the RSI to find my moments. So let's just look at a couple days here. Let's look for a moment that it crossed, which is right here. You see the 921 crossing right here. So this would be an entry point. This would be a call right here. So if you rode this out all the way to the top here, you're dealing with a 1.72 difference in price. So that is around the $2 difference in price that we're talking about. So you also have a cross right here. If you rode this one out, this is about $1. So you could probably milk it's a little harder to find the 3 and the 4 difference in price, but it might be possible, but it's harder to do. So let's see if we're on the same. We're on the 5 minutes, so let's just make sure we're on the same day. See, that's February 24th. Let's see if we're on the same day. That one here's open. Now I don't really count. This is the open day, so I don't really count this big candle here. But you could get in 5 minutes later on that one and see how well you did on that. Right here, you could have come in here since it's already crossed, and you could have got in on this, and you could get on that. But what I suggest is when the market first opens, let it simmer down a bit. So I personally do not get into the market until a little bit after it's open, because it's extremely volatile. So let's just look at another day here. Let's just see what we can average. Okay, so it crosses right here. So right here, February 23rd, this is close to the end of the market on that day. Let's see, if you came in right here to here, well, that's a $3 difference in price. So it can happen, but it does not happen every day. You can make $200 a day, but it doesn't happen every day. And if it does happen, you kind of have to milk it out and scalp the market in order to get that. When I talk about this, I'm talking about doing one trade a day. But in order to make $200 a day with one contract, you pretty much have to scalp the market all day long and kind of like milk it and get to that point. But I like focusing. I try to focus on just one trade a day. But that's just me. You could scalp the market if you want to. But here it crosses again here. And then down here. So you have about a $4 difference in price. So let's look at this a couple other times. This is February 23rd. So this is market open right here. Let's look at right before market closed the other day. We see it crossing right here. So you come in right here and you ride it out. So that's another $2 difference in price. So anyway, you could see that it's very easy to obtain at least $1 to $2 difference in price every single day. That you can almost find every single day. You could still get to like 3 or 4, but you would have to scalp the market. Seems a lot easier for me to buy 2 contracts and focus on $2 difference in price than it is to focus on 1 contract and have a $4 difference in price. To me, the 2 contracts seems easier, but at the same time, in order to have 2 contracts, your balance has to be somewhere along the lines of 6,000 to 9,000. So it's all up to you guys at the end of the day, whichever way you want to do it. But that's the formula to really making a passive $200 a day in the stock market using the ETFs and options. So if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.